the forest, we got spring water. While you drifted through those changes,
Stop the cut on the backs of the poor. Stop
Just stop. We'll build a better world. Budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These budget cuts have got to go.
no peace.
No justice, no peace.
So we say no, no, no.
We say no, no, no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
They say now is not the time.
Say now is not the time.
But justice delayed is a crime. They say now is not the time.
Say now is not the time.
Justice delayed, it is a crime.
Justice delayed is a crime.
So we say no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
we rise up for dignity.
we rise up for dignity.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
we rise up for dignity.
we rise up for dignity.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
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 For the people and the earth,
For the people and the earth,
justice must come first.
justice must come first.
For the people and the earth,
For the people and the earth,
justice must come first.
justice must come first.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, everybody, we're gonna take a group photo out here. Join me on the steps, everybody. Yeah, Statehouse crew, come on up and join us on the steps for a photograph. Let's show our strength. Oh, hooked it up. Check, check. Let's show our strength. Hello? Let's show our strength. Let's show our numbers. What do you think? Do we want people to like kind of find these steps? Okay. All right, don't be afraid to stand right here on the steps, everybody. I like this side. Maybe some people Sure, but I'm saying fill in the steps. Yeah. And then So if everyone can move off of this level where I am and move down on fill in the steps. Fill in front. Come on, move down. Yeah, fill in the steps right in here. All right, everybody, we've got some space. Should I ask the band to move down? Hey, Brass Valley. Down to like Ho ho! Budget cuts have got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Budget cuts have got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Budget cuts have got to go. Hey hey! Budget cuts have got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Budget cuts have got to go. All right, everybody, follow the band down in front. We want everyone to come fill in around the sides and into the front, down in front of me here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, please do. All right. We Are Unstoppable? Really like that one. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. Come on and fill in the photo, everybody. Squeeze in the front. We got a lot of room on the right side of the band. Fill in all the way over here, everybody. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Everybody down in the tents, come on up and join us for a photo. We have a lot of room on this side in front of the Milk with Dignity sign. In the front down here. Come on over. Keep filling in. Come join us. We've got a document that we were here today to show our solidarity, to show our unity. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. 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 All right, keep filling in. There's definitely a lot of room over here. Hey, Matt, you want to point people over to this side? Maybe come fill in. See Matt over here? He's waving his hand. Come on over and join Matt on this side. There's lots of room. Come on over.
You go over there.
Are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. Unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. Okay, you want to let's switch to it now. Let's do that now. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. Photographers, how are we looking? All right, I still see a lot of people standing around. Come on up here, everybody down by the tents. Come on up and join us. That's right. Come on up here. Every single person counts. Hey, kids, come on and run in the front. Yeah, that's Come on, kids. Hey, if you're playing soccer, come join the photo. Come on over, everybody. Estamos en la lucha. Ben & Jerry's, escucha. La lucha. Ben & Jerry's.
Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Ben y Jerry, 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 escucha.
Estamos en la lucha. Ben & Jerry's, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Ben & Jerry's, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Ben & Jerry's, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Woo! Yeah! Milk with Dignity! All right, everybody, put your best rally face on and face the photographers for... And let's shout unity! All right. Woo! Thank you. All right, everybody. I'm up here at the podium. We're going to have some speakers up here. We're going to rally. We're going to hear each other's stories. We're going to support each other and cheer. So don't go anywhere. All right. Band, were you thinking of one more song to get us kicked off? I need to, yeah. Yeah. If you left a bag on your way into the Statehouse, it will be at the registration desk. If you left a bag on your way into the Statehouse, it will be at the registration desk. Should I start?
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. Greetings and welcome to the 7th annual May 1st rally. Woo! Yay! My name is Anna, and I'm here today with my family, and we're members of the Vermont Workers Center. Yeah, and we're also members of Vermont Parents United. We have an incredible youth inclusion tent here, so if you're a parent, a grandparent, or guardian, please be sure to check out this tent and sign up to be part of a movement that includes youth and people of all ages. Yeah, VPU! Woo! My family and I have lived here in Vermont for almost 20 years, and we've always been proud to raise our family here. I love the clean air, the green mountains, Lake Champlain, and I love the people. Yeah, all of you, I love you! Woo! This is my 5th May 1st rally, and every year I am so inspired by the sight of so many people coming together, standing under one banner, with the understanding that we are stronger together than we are apart. We are stronger and we have more power when we act united. Yeah. Somebody's listening. There is such vibrant energy here. Let me hear your energy. That was amazing to feel our power in the Statehouse. Wasn't that amazing? We're lifting our voices in celebration of our unity and pride in taking a stand for what we know is right. And we're also raising our voices to take a stand because currently in our beautiful state, there are a lot of things that aren't right. Boo.
So then everybody went upstairs.
And a lot of ways of doing things that need to change. Our most vulnerable Vermonters are at risk as budget cuts gouge out jobs and services. Healthcare legislation has been abandoned. Vermonters of color are pulled over at a much higher rate, and formerly incarcerated Vermonters find it hard or impossible to find work. Transgender and queer Vermonters are a high percentage of those finding themselves homeless, and our beautiful land is constantly under attack by big business that wants to use our resources for their own financial gain. So there's no question that opposition exists. It exists here in Vermont, it exists across our country, and all over the world. But what is clear is that people are not going to tolerate oppression any longer. People are standing up. People are standing together to build a movement towards an economy that supports people and the planet. And those who are resisting oppression in their everyday lives need our support and our solidarity. Change is not going to come from the decisions made in this building behind me. Is change going to happen in that building? No. Change is going to come from the people. Change is going to come from all of us working together. Now is the time, while you're here today, to make a commitment to take action. Can you make a commitment to take action? communities to create a network of support that fosters meaningful change. So please sign in with a Vermont Workers Center organizer and make your commitment to help build this movement of unity and support. Commit to coming to the People's Convention this fall. Woo! Commit to holding meetings and trainings. Commit to holding meetings and trainings in your communities. And commit to sharing your story. I'm about to introduce some amazing speakers who will tell you more about what's happening here in Vermont and how you can get involved. And of course, we've got the People's Kitchen here. Big shout out for the People's Kitchen. Woo! The People's Kitchen will be serving food immediately following the rally. So stay here, give all these amazing speakers your attention, and then we can all eat and celebrate our solidarity together. Thank you.
And I am a stay-at-home mom and a student from St. Johnsbury, Vermont. I am here today with my family because we haven't finished what we began here 7 years ago. We are here to demand health care for all Vermont paid for in an equitable way. We have been organizing in our communities, we have been sharing our stories, and we have tried to work with the administration and our elected officials in order to win our rights. And in so many ways, we have been victorious. We passed Act 48 into law when everyone said that was impossible, and got Governor Shumlin to campaign on universal health care. Unfortunately, however, Act 48 is being ignored, and Shumlin dumped us to jump into bed with the 1% after his election. We have seen that the Affordable Care Act and Vermont Health Connect are more of the same bureaucratic half measures. I often hear, Vermont Health Connect is worse than what we had before. Your system sucks. Let me be very clear. These new systems are not our systems. Vermont Health Connect is a system written by insurance companies which benefit insurance companies and their executives, not the people of Vermont. We did not advocate for more complex systems with higher copays and higher deductibles for less service. We are here to demand our right to health care for all the residents of Vermont, paid for in an equitable way. What we are asking for is very simple, but it is being complicated by those we voted in. We cannot continue to allow wealthy people who never have to make the decision between a child's medicine or paying for heat continue to make the rules. We were told the financing just isn't possible, so we wrote our own financing plan, H475, and sent it to the legislature to show it is indeed possible. Unfortunately, as of today, we have no one courageous enough to pick up the role of leadership that Shumlin has abandoned. We are here today because we are tired. We are tired of being told that we do not know what is best for us. We are tired of trying to make those we've elected do the job we elected them to do, not the ones lobbyists are pushing. We are tired of being patted on the head and told, good try, but the time's just not right. We are tired of our government dictating to us where our tax dollars should go and what is the most important. We are tired of having our lives and the lives of our friends and neighbors seen as commodities. But we are here today to tell everyone in the building behind me and all over the state of Vermont that although we are tired, we are not done. We are rallying for the next wave of the fight. We are not done organizing, we are not done pushing the government to do what is just, and we are not done pushing for healthcare as a human right. We must continue to work in our communities, to listen to the stories of our fellow Vermonters, and encourage everyone to join with us. And in order to win our rights against powerful, rich corporate interest groups, we must grow our people power and come back in January stronger than ever. We are close to victory, and we will not stop until we have won!
Next we have Elena Clements from the VCIL here.
Hi everyone. My name is Elena Clements. I work at the Vermont Center for Independent Living, which is a disability rights organization. In the years that I have worked at VCIL, I've witnessed the sense of disempowerment and devalue that comes from a state government that year after year cuts programs and services that have helped us live successfully in our communities and live at purpose. Part of the budget cuts includes access to assistive technology for people with disabilities. AT, as we call it, are the gadgets that we use to help us perform tasks that we would otherwise be unable to do. I'm talking about walkers, wheelchairs, iPads. I'm talking about vehicle modifications, hearing aids, screen readers, modified kitchen utensils, and everything in between. Living with a disability is expensive, and by cutting programs that help us offset these costs, our government inadvertently takes away our access to basic needs such as heat, food, and housing. Assistive technology helps us live independently and enjoy life just as equally as our able-bodied friends, neighbors, family, and co-workers. But I know people who have had to make this decision between basic needs and assistive technology. For example, a woman who needed a scooter for a mobility disability, who was soon going to be, her disability would be exacerbated by the need for a pretty hefty surgery. She had nobody to help her in recovery, had to do everything on her own, and it was not comfortable. A scooter would help her to be a little more comfortable and to heal. But scooters are not cheap. Even with the assistance we were able to provide her, she still needed to pay for some of the costs on her own. So what did she do? In the dead of winter, she made the decision to be without heat and used her fuel money to pay for the scooter.
That is not right.
If she hadn't, she would have faced unbearable pain from trying to maneuver without any help at all. There are many examples like this, but we know assistive technology can change a person's life. Recently, a woman gained the freedom to communicate with others through the use of an iPad and speech software, no longer feeling like she was invisible, powerless, and treated like she had nothing to say. But she did have something to say, and now she does and is an active part of her community. Assistive technology is not a luxury. When the governor talks about tough choices, he should be referring to these choices. These are the tough choices. I use assistive technology every day. I use devices for helping me to walk, cooking, hygiene, working, recreation, basically everything. If I am forced to decide between assistive technology and basic human needs, I will not be able to live independently. Assistive technology is not as easy to obtain as one might think. Health insurance does not cover the full expense, and many people with disabilities do not have health insurance coverage to pay for these devices, or enough to cover the co-pays. And that is why these programs and services are so important. In psychology, Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of human needs pinpoints food, sleep, safety, love, and purpose as essential aspects of living. One must fulfill these basic needs in order to move up the pyramid toward healthy self-esteem. In a time when cuts to funding prohibit access for people with disabilities to assistive technology and other funds, the majority of these needs go unmet, leaving us fighting for basic needs and denying us the ability to feel empowered and to live with purpose. All of these are basic human rights that we cannot sit idly by and watch our state government strip away because the cost is huge and affects real people in real ways. That's right. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Elena. Can we hear a big cheer for Elena and VCIL?
services. All right, next we have Kike from Migrant Justice. And Kike will have... All right, and Kike will have translation too, so...
Hello. Hola, ¿cómo están? ¡Woo! ¡Dignidad! How are you all? Dignity! The time is now! 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 Hola a todos, mi nombre es Enrique Balcázar, soy miembro de la comunidad migrante y organizador comunitario con Justicia Migrante.
Hello to everyone. My name is Enrique Balcazar. I'm a farm worker and an organizer with Migrant Justice.
Justicia Migrante somos una organización de base, somos trabajadores de los ranchos lecheros organizándonos para luchar por nuestros derechos humanos y por tener una vida digna en Vermont.
Migrant Justice is a grassroots organization comprised of farm workers who get together to organize and defend our human rights here in Vermont.
Hemos tenido triunfos importantes como bajo derechos humanos, como el derecho a la movilización, ganando licencias de conducir. Como hemos tenido ganado derechos humanos como licencia de conducir, derecho a la movilización.
We have already secured, can you hear me okay? Yeah. What?
It's crackling. The mic's crackling.
Can you hear me now?
Sure.
Hear me now?
Still crackling.
Is it? Well, tell me what to do. Is there a tech person?
I say go for it.
Okay. So Migrant Justice has already had important victories, including securing access to driver's licenses.
No más a la discriminación, no más polimigra.
Is that better? That one's much better.
We have also passed significant policies to stop racial profiling and immigration collaboration with law enforcement.
Somos alrededor de 1,500 trabajadores migrantes ayudando a sostener la industria lechera y poniendo los productos famosos de Vermont en la mesa.
There's about 1,500 of us dairy workers working day in and day out to sustain the dairy industry in this state and putting Vermont's famous brands on the table for consumers.
Hoy estamos aquí porque estamos lanzando una nueva campaña que ha sido prioridad de nosotros los trabajadores para mejorar los trabajos y las viviendas en los ranchos lecheros.
We are here today to announce a brand new campaign in which we will be fighting to secure the human right to work with dignity and quality housing in the dairy industry.
Porque hay problemas pasando, hay trabajadores que no tienen dignidad, no tienen respeto, y esto no quiere decir que todo esté mal, pero
We're doing this because there's problems. There are farm workers denied the fundamental dignity and human rights in the industry.
Y un ejemplo que nos ha inspirado mucho es el compañero Víctor. Víctor le tocó vivir en condiciones indignas, viviendo en un camper con tres compañeros por 4 años, cocinando en el baño, en la oficina del mismo rancho, no teniendo un baño, no teniendo privacidad.
One of the stories within our community is the story of our compañero Victor, who endured years of living in a camper with a leaky roof, without sufficient heat, that was overcrowded, in which he didn't even have enough room to sleep, nor private space to prepare his own food with dignity.
Yo también he trabajado en los ranchos lecheros y me he dado cuenta que algunos patrones que intentan hacer trabajos justos, intentan hacer trabajos dignos. Me ha tocado vivir eso. El primer rancho donde yo trabajé está ahora cerrado y nos damos cuenta de la gran presión corporativa que hay aquí.
I have also worked in the dairy industry myself, but I also want to share another thing. The farm that I first worked on is now closed. So we need to understand the tremendous forces and corporate pressure down on the family farm and dairy farms in Vermont.
Para entender esto mejor, en el verano del 2014 hicimos una encuesta, yendo nosotros mismos los trabajadores, rancho a rancho, hablando con los trabajadores y escuchándolos para que definieran qué es un trabajo justo.
In order to understand the problems of our community better, in the summer of 2014, we set out to document and survey the community to document human rights abuses and problems.
Un 40% no recibimos el pago mínimo de Vermont.
40% of workers do not receive Vermont minimum wage.
40% no tenemos un día de descanso semanal.
40% do not have a day off a week.
32% dicen que somos menos tratados que los norteamericanos.
32% experience workplace discrimination.
30% hemos sufrido de accidentes o enfermedades a causa del trabajo.
30% of workers have had workplace accidents or illnesses.
28% nunca hemos tenido aumento de pago.
28% of workers have never had a pay raise.
26% no recibimos talón de cheque.
26% of workers don't even receive a pay stub.
20% tenemos el primer cheque retenido ilegalmente, lo que le llamamos semana de fondo.
20% of workers have their first paycheck illegally withheld and retained.
16% no tenemos 8 horas seguidas para descansar en un día.
16% of workers don't even have 8 consecutive hours in any given day to rest.
16% vivimos en casas sobreocupadas.
16% of workers live in overcrowded housing.
15% no tenemos calefacción suficiente.
15% of workers have insufficient heat.
Después de que hicimos la encuesta, definimos lo que queremos, los hicimos estándares en colaboración con la coalición de trabajadores de Montpelier y la Florida, siguiendo el mismo modelo de Fair Food Program.
After this encuesta, this survey, we transformed the results into the solution. We created standards or a code of conduct which represents workers' definition of work with dignity. And we did this all in collaboration with the farm worker organization, the Coalition of Montpelier Workers from Florida, in their well-known Fair Food campaign.
Y hemos estado... Gracias. Y hemos estado en la mesa con Ben & Jerry's y hoy estamos aquí porque queremos hacerle un llamado públicamente para que se siente con nosotros a negociar el contrato de leche con dignidad.
And more recently, we've been sitting down at the table trying to get Ben & Jerry's to agree to enter an agreement with us to be the first corporation to join what we're calling the Milk with Dignity program, our own fair food program right here in Vermont.
Y hemos sentado con ellos y tenemos aún la esperanza de que Ben & Jerry's venga y escuche a los trabajadores y nos sentemos a negociar.
So we've been sitting down with Ben & Jerry's and we still have the hope that they will listen to workers and negotiate this agreement.
Y esto no es una invitación solo para publicidad, es un cambio verdadero y necesario que necesitamos nosotros los trabajadores.
The invitation to participate in the Milk with Dignity program isn't an invitation to another public relations campaign. It's an invitation to serious systemic change in the dairy industry. And we need them to listen to us as Ben & Jerry's and sign this agreement.
Yeah.
Nuestro programa tiene 5 elementos esenciales, los cuales hemos definido a través con los trabajadores. Tiene estándares que representan dignidad para los trabajadores.
To understand our program and how it will bring rights to our community, it has 5 essential elements. The first are our standards or code of conduct, which represents our definition of work with dignity.
Educación para que todos los trabajadores sepan sobre sus derechos y puedan exigir sus derechos.
The second element is worker education. Every worker in this program will know their rights and know how to demand them and have their rights, have violations of their rights resolved.
3. Un tercer partido que se encarga de monitorear y enforzar los estándares que hemos definido los trabajadores.
The third essential element is a third party that will monitor and evaluate compliance with this code of conduct and also receive grievances.
4. Bonos o premios para reconocimiento para aquellos que hacen el trabajo difícil, para los patrones y para los trabajadores.
The fourth essential element are premiums, in that Ben & Jerry's will pay money down the supply chain to both farm workers and farmers in order to support a dignified livelihood.
Y un contrato legal que sin esto no hay validez para nuestro programa. Queremos sentarnos porque creemos que Ben & Jerry's tiene la responsabilidad para sentarse y tener un contrato legal.
And fifth is a legally binding agreement. We need to sit down with Ben & Jerry's and negotiate all of this so that it has a legal framework.
¡Sí se puede! Entonces, hay una llamada a la acción este 22 de junio en Church Street, en Burlington, Vermont, enfrente de Ben & Jerry's, de la tienda de Ben & Jerry's. Vamos a hacer una acción nacional en todas las tiendas de Ben & Jerry's, invitándole a participar en el programa de Leche con Dignidad.
So I'm glad to announce and invite you all to a National Day of Action, where we'll be calling on Ben & Jerry's to enter an agreement with farm workers for work with dignity. On June 22nd, we want everyone to come down to Church Street in Burlington to the Ben & Jerry's Scoop Shop, where we'll have a huge farm worker march and rally calling upon Ben & Jerry's to listen to farm workers and sign an agreement. At the same time, there will be actions across scoop shops, across the nation at Ben & Jerry's Scoop Shops.
¿Quién puede? Que alce su mano. ¿Quién va a estar con nosotros? Porque estamos emocionados y queremos ganar un contrato.
Raise your hand if you can come on June 22nd and stand with farm workers for farm workers' rights. Leche justa, a mí me gusta. Leche justa, a mí me gusta. Leche justa, a mí me gusta.
Yeah, thank you, Kike. Wow, that is really important work happening in this state. Woo! Milk with dignity. Okay, next we're going to hear a few songs. This movement needs music, it needs inspiration. So here is Rick Paleri to sing a few songs for us.
Well, I'm really glad to be here today on May Day. Thank you for all coming out. And one of the things about May Day is that it's a workers' day. It came back from the 1800s, back when our ancestors were struggling for the 8-hour day, if you can believe it. And some people don't have an 8-hour day today. How many people out here are working more than 8 hours? That's right. That's right. Yeah, and that's what the whole 8-hour-a-day movement was, and how May Day came about, and of course Haymarket, and so many of the people who sacrificed to give you the rights that we have today. I'm really honored to say that for many years I was a good friend of folk singer Pete Seeger, and I learned a lot of music directly from Pete, sailing up and down the Hudson River. And May the 3rd, on Sunday would have been Pete's birthday. So make sure that everyone does something special. Pick up some garbage, sing a song, do something in memory of Pete and his wife, Toshi. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the band back here, because the last project that I did with Pete was honoring the Almanac Singers. I don't know if anybody remembers the Almanac Singers, but we're talking about Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie, Mill Lampell, and Lee Hayes. And these guys, what they did was they brought a lot of the songs that everybody knows in the union movement to union halls across the country. And this song, everybody knows it, but they probably wouldn't know it if the Almanacs didn't travel around. In 1941, they traveled in a blue Buick car that was owned by a mobster named Joey the Mouth. It was bulletproof. It had metal shields in the sidewalls. And what we're going to do is we're going to take you back to 1949, and we're going to see if we can sing this song together.
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old union is coming here to dwell. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 My daddy was a miner, and I'm a miner's son. And I'll stick with the union till every battle's won. Tell me, which side are you on? Sing it! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Don't listen to the bosses. Don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 Hey, now. There, you'll either be a union man or a thug for J.H. Blair. Sing it! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Come on! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? My daddy was a miner, and I'm a miner's son. And I'll stick with the union till every battle's won. Which side are you on? 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 Tell me, how can you stand it? Tell me, how can you can? Will you be a union man? Or will you be a scab? Tell me, which side are you on? 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 Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old union is coming here to dwell. Sing it with me. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
All right. One of the things that I also wanted to say that this year marks the 100 years since Joe Hill was executed. And there are different rallies going on all over the country to mark the occasion about Joe Hill. And one of the things I'd like to leave you with at this portion is the last words, his will. You see, when he was executed, he was able to write down a little poem. And the next morning, they went into his jail cell, and they found it sitting there. My will is easy to decide, for I have nothing to divide. My kin don't need to fuss or moan. Moss does not cling to a rolling stone. Oh, my body, if I could choose, I would to ashes it reduce, and let the merry breezes blow my dust to where some flowers grow. Perhaps some fading flower then will come to life and bloom again. This is my last and final will. Good luck to all of you. Joe Hill.
Thank you, Rick. Those are some really, really good words and beautiful song. Next, we have Michelle Salvador with VSEA.
Well, thank you. I am going to use this, I think. Somebody said they love the VSEA. Awesome. Now, this is the Vermont way right here, people. May Day is the day that we celebrate the achievements workers are making in our world to make it a better place for all of us to live. These days in Vermont, it seems there's not much for workers to celebrate. Our democracy is in the hands of money and power and global capitalism rules. More attacks than ever are being directed at working Vermonters. And so too are attempts to weaken us by threatening our workplace rights and contract victories, so that many before us fought so hard to win. We are seeing the destruction of the middle class right here in Vermont. While Bernie Sanders is framing the issue for the nation, the same destructive attacks on the middle class are playing out right here in the Green Mountains. That's right. Hey. Many in the legislature and the administration would rather cut public services and programs and shift the financial burdens onto the middle class than to have the political will to propose new revenues from those that do not contribute their fair share. Just yesterday, the governor called for an additional $2.87 million cut to the Pay Act, which funds state employees' salaries and benefits. Mind you, that is in addition to the $10 million plus the administration is already trying to extract from workers. For far too long, many of us have been apathetic. We did not fight the battles that those that came before us did. But as we stand here today, watching a system that does little to meet and sustain the needs of working Vermonters, let alone improve the lives of working Vermont families, we know now more than ever that the time to change the debate in Montpelier is now. I testified recently to the Senate's Finance Committee, right over here. And I began by asking one question to them. Who among you has the political will to save Vermont's working class? They can do it, you know. All it takes is revenue. Tax is not a four-letter word. The fact is that we continue to allow our wealthier residents to pay much lower effective tax rates than our middle and low-income families must pay. We give huge tax breaks and subsidies to corporations like Global Foundries, Walmart, and many others, while many of their workers can't make ends meet and need to rely on public assistance. While these workers struggle to meet the needs of their families, corporations like Walmart rake in millions in profits each year right here in Vermont. In 1 year, Vermont issues over $4 million in public assistance to just the Vermonters that work at Walmart. And Walmart profits $25 million each year from SNAP sales alone right here in Vermont. So while the wealthiest taxpayers and corporations get even wealthier, their exploding incomes and profits barely make even a ripple in the state tax collections. And while working Vermonters see their incomes stagnate and decline, there is a devastating effect on state revenue. Balancing Vermont's budget on the backs of those with shrinking and stagnant incomes and cutting public services is clearly not a path to a sustainable and growing revenue system.
That's right.
If they allow these trends to continue without finding the new revenue needed, we will be back here again next year, fighting back again against more cuts to essential public services. So I ask you, are we going to let our representatives protect wealth at the expense of working Vermonters? Are we going to allow regressive tax policies to rob us while people living off investments pay lower taxes? No! What happens under that dome is just one piece of the puzzle. If we do not do something different right now, we will be right back here the next budget year, people. That's right. Well, the VSCA is already doing something different with all of you. Where once we stood alone, we now stand together with the Vermont Workers Center, the Vermont Labor Solidarity, Vermont Center for Independent Living, the faith community, environmental organizations, unions like IBEW, CWA, UE, the bus drivers, the NEA, the UA, and many, many others. We have learned that when we stand alone, they work to discredit us, saying we're not doing things the Vermont way, calling us fascists, attempting to instill fear in us and try to stop members from standing up and taking action with threats of retaliation and worse. While they may attempt to silence and discredit our voices, but we are here today to say that we will be silent no more. The new solidarity between our organizations doesn't end after this budget fight. Believe me, we are going to stir things up moving forward from today. In the weeks and months ahead, all the way to the 2016 elections, it's not going to be business as usual. We will prove that we are stronger together, and we need a new direction, a direction that is aligned with the values of our communities. The time is now that the needs of our communities and of working families come first. And for those needs to be adequately represented and addressed in policies created under that dome. I am going to end with a quote from one of the labor activists who was hung following the tragic events in 1886 at the Haymarket Square in Chicago. The day will come when our silence will be more powerful than the voices that they strangle today. Thank you.
There's some crazy stuff going on in this state, and it's never going to change unless we raise up our voices. Can everybody on this lawn hear me? Yeah. People's Kitchen, can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah.
wear pants like this. You better watch out.
I just want to make sure I can jump in. Oh yeah, they already performed? What's up with the sound system?
People often enjoy quoting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Without context in order to use his words to silence and delegitimize various movements, especially those involving or revolving around people who do not fit the mold of the rich, white, cisgender, heterosexual, able-bodied man. But I would like to paint a counter-image, a different, more nuanced picture of MLK than the one popularized by a racist educational system and biased political agendas. In an interview with Mike Wallace from 1966, while speaking on the Black Power movement, Martin Luther King said, "I think we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? What is it that people who claim to respect us and the institutions they are a part of are failing to hear, even as we congregate on their very own doorstep? As citizens, it is our responsibility to hold our government accountable to its mission to protect the human rights of all of its citizens. And if it refuses to hear us, it's our duty to speak even more loudly, both for ourselves and for the people who may not be privileged enough to attend this event today, but desperately need our support." I stand in solidarity with activists in Baltimore and Ferguson, everyday people just like us who are tired of not being heard. And I recognize that whatever your views on the effectiveness of violent versus nonviolent protests are, the value of a burned building is nothing in comparison to yet another black body buried 6 feet underground because of police brutality. I stand up and make my voice heard, along with all of yours, to call to action and hold accountable an America that has failed to hear us thus far, but cannot continue to pretend that our voices don't exist and don't matter.
Here representing Black Lives Matter in Vermont, and I am ecstatic to hear that those policemen and I don't even remember what state now, Baltimore, because it's in so many states, were indicted. But that's a short celebration. Because even though we're challenging police brutality in this nation, that's not where racism ends or begins. And that we need to stand up anytime there's injustice, whether it's in our places of employment, in education, in healthcare, in housing. Anytime there's some injustice or racism, we need to stand, and we need to stand in unity and stand together. And it doesn't matter what color we are standing together. It just matters that we stand. And that's when we start to see change, when we stand regardless of any wins or talks of us being crazy or us being not in our right head because we're protesting for people's rights. But if we don't have each other, then who else do we have? So I stand with you all, and I am so excited to be here in Vermont and with the groups, the different groups in Vermont, because this is true Vermont. This is what the flavor of Vermont should look like.
My name is Anike, and one of my ancestors is Frederick Douglass. And there's something he says. He says, agitate. And that's what we have. We've got to continue to agitate so that we be known what's wrong that's going on in this country. It's disgusting. There's no reason that these young men are being killed. There should be no reason for that. And it goes on and on and on. And the only way it'll stop is if you stand up and you agitate like what we're doing today.
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. And let's end with a chant. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Thank you so much. Black Lives Matter VT is such an important and crucial part of this movement. Thank you. Here's your sign. Wow, what an exhilarating day. Next, we have an incredible speaker here. I've had the pleasure to speak with him before, Earl Coopercamp from Vermont Interfaith Action. Let's give him a big cheer.
Feliz Dia Primero de Mayo. Happy May Day, my sisters and brothers. So good to be here. I represent Vermont Interfaith Action, which is congregations in Addison, in Chittenden County, Washington County, Windham County, and Windsor counties. We have been meeting together with our legislators, the representatives and the senators, since November about making sure that there is a movement towards a moral economy. We have been having prayer witnesses here at the Statehouse every month. Witness and conversations to make sure there's a moral economy that serves all Vermonters. We have been tracking a bill in the Senate about income inequality, doing something to put this problem on the map and then beginning to move back from it. Income inequality is bad here in Vermont, it's bad throughout our country, and it's bad throughout the world and getting worse. Just recently, the Senate took the bill, put it back into the committee to kill it. They said that there's 157 Vermont families who will be adversely affected by this bill. We stand with the 157,000 Vermont families who say time to stop income inequality here in Vermont now. I come from Kentucky. And back in 1931 in Kentucky, that song, Which Side Are You On, was written by Florence Reese in Bloody Harlan during the coal fight when the UMW, the United Mine Workers, stood strong, stood together. Florence Reese wrote that song, Which Side Are You On? ¿Qué lado están ustedes? ¿Qué lado están? We're here now to say to our representatives, which side are you on? We're here now to say to our senators, which side are you on? We're here now to say to Governor Shumlin, which side are you on? Are you on the side of the people? Are you on the side of the labor movement? Are you on the side of the Vermont Workers Center? Are you on the side of Black Lives Matter Vermont? Are you on the side of the environmental groups? Are you on the side of Vermont Interfaith Action? Which side are you on? My sisters and brothers, stand strong together. Stand strong together as the 99%. This is how we struggle together. So I'm happy to stand here with all. So estoy muy contento para estar aquí con todos que luchan por la dignidad, por la justicia. I'm so happy to be here with all who fight for justice and dignity. Thank you very much. Which side are you on? Amen.
Woo! I'm happy to say I'm on the side with all of you powerful people right here today. Woo! Give a round of applause for yourselves. Yay! Okay, next we've got Jess Fuller, UVM student organizer, and Cindy Smith with the Justice for Cindy campaign.
Before we begin, I have one quick question. What do we do under attack? Stand up, fight back! What do we do under attack? Stand up, fight back! What do we do under attack? Stand up, fight back! The university administration seeks to divide and blind students from the reality of the world we live in. Corporate higher education sells us the narrative that working hard through a good education will deliver us into the real world with an upper hand that will absolve us from us facing the precarity that so many people face. There are students who are prepared to go in the world to hopefully enter directed towards the corporations in hopes of exploiting profit margins, I have hope. I have hope because we have the power. We, the people, today have the power. My generation recognizes that one of the toxic outcomes of profiting off our food, our education, and our health. Over the past few weeks, students, faculty, and staff have organized in solidarity with Cindy and Sodexo workers on our campus to demand better treatment for those who are a vital role in our community. Because of this, an unprecedented move, Cindy was paid back wages for her time spent on investigatory leave. Despite the fact that we are disappointed with Sodexo firing Cindy, the University of Vermont being complacent in this decision, we are not stopping! We have come too far. Cindy, we are here with you and other Sodexo workers who want to make system change on our campus. It is our responsibility here today to have our friends, our classmates, our professors to join us. We are here today because we realize acting together is what's going to create a better world where our needs are taken care of, and we realize that the precarity inherent to our system and many of our lives is merely a system, not what we have to accept. And who better to speak on this than Cindy Smith herself? So everyone hear Cindy.
Obviously, Jess is, all right.
Really
Yeah, absolutely. She makes my job easy. Okay, first of all, my name is Cindy Smith, and I'm an ex-Sodexo worker. I was put on investigatory leave April 2nd. That investigatory leave should have lasted until April 7th. It was April 29th when I got my decision that they were going to terminate me. There's very much abuse in the Sodexo workplace. Sodexo's not in just my community at UVM, but in communities all over the country. They're an international, they're multi-billionaire company. People in that kitchen have been, in every kitchen on the University of Vermont, have been harassed, intimidated, degraded, treated unfairly. The UVM average person works for less than minimum wage. I have seen people that are 20, 30-year veterans of Sodexo at UVM make nothing for money, really, not a livable wage. I'm here to speak for all the Sodexo workers all over the country. I am here to let them know it's okay to speak out. We have people that will stand with us. We have people that will give us the dignity to stand up for ourselves, the support to stand up for ourselves. We need and deserve a friendly workplace. We need to just be served better, to be treated better in the workplace. And why I say to myself, because we have people out there that will support us. We have people out there that will give us the strength and the dignity. We have people that will help us make a union for ourselves. We have people out there that will help us become a whole. Bottom line, we need to become whole. Start a union. Help ourselves.
That's right.
Nobody's going to listen. Management's not going to listen. Higher up's not going to listen. UVM is not listening. I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, Cindy. That really shows how we all have to stand together for everybody. All right, next we have Sarah Lunderville, the director of VCIL. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear Peg with you here today? If you didn't remember or know who Peg is, she was a fierce advocate, right? For human rights. And I know how much she loved these rallies. And she especially loved our band. We will always hear her say, "That's awesome!" So I want everybody to take a minute to honor Peg. Turn to your neighbor and tell them how awesome they are for coming out and working to put our people and our planet first. You're awesome!
Sarah, you're awesome.
Thank you! So what a great morning. I don't think anyone could deny that the people are asking for better! I don't think anyone can say that they are not hearing us! And I don't think anyone can say that we sat on the sidelines and did not talk about hope and justice. Congratulations to those who stood up for our collective rights today. And while I feel empowered today, I know that most of us will still not be able to sleep soundly tonight. I know that these cuts are looming, and I know that without serious change and state leaders who are brave, our state will continue in a direction that hurts people and our planet. But thank goodness for you. You are here today to lead the way and will make things better. And we will continue to lead this way together in solidarity. We are all connected in this movement. Some of you remember the People's Convention we had years ago when we developed and signed in partnership the human rights principles that bring us together in unity. We agreed on that day and again today that in principles of universality, equity, transparency, accountability, participation, indivisibility, and solidarity, we agree these principles are essential to keep us on track for better. I am so proud today as we marched into that Statehouse. I saw people with disabilities, people fighting for workers' rights, people championing racial justice, people pushing for gender rights and equality, people advocating for gay and lesbian rights, people fighting for criminal justice reform, right? People advocating for victim and survivor rights, people who've been stigmatized by the mental health system, people who've been fighting for income equality, people who are parents, people who are veterans, people who are farm workers, people who fight for environmental justice, and especially the young people. Yes, people who understand that making a sound investment benefits us all in the long term. I stand outraged in a message from state leaders that has even gotten worse over the last day. In addition to the already drastic cuts, the administration has asked the legislature to find $10 to $15 million more dollars to cut in the budget. We say no more! We say no more to cuts that result in stripping away support for elders who are blind. We say no more to cuts that continue to destroy our planet.
No more!
We say no more to cuts that keep people waiting for support services, personal care attendants, ramps, assistive technology, food, heat, housing, accessible transportation, access to jobs, emergency services, and healthcare. We say no more! No more! No more! We demand our elected officials make the tougher choice to align the values of people and the planet with the budget of this state. I stand here today asking you to keep fighting. Run for elected office and keep this energy moving towards a more just system. I cannot wait to work with all of you at our next People's Convention this fall. We will build on the principles and work together in unity.
I believe that the people united will never be divided. Please join with me. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people.
And now we're going to hear a few words from Heather Boyd, a Vermont home care provider with her union AFSCME.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, my name is Heather Boyd, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you in solidarity. I am really just excited to be here at this movement. There's so much good stuff going on, and I'm just so proud to see everybody standing up for the rights of everybody else and just supporting each other. I am a home care worker in an area, and I'm also a proud member of the union AFSCME, Local 4802. And I am here today because I personally have witnessed these budget cuts to our clients. I personally have seen the employers have to struggle to pay for the care that their children and their family members needed. And it's not right. The Department of Aging and Independent Living are under attack. We are all under attack. It is time. We all need to stop putting the burden of balancing the budget on the backs of the poor. We are strong advocates. We will no longer be silenced. Our clients are too important. I personally, as a home care provider, have been faced with the constant struggle to maintain a sustainable living and had to make choices in which I was placed in situations where I had to live with the families of my clients just to make sure that those clients' needs were met. This is an outrage. We have a right. We have a right to a livable wage. We have a right to make a choice as a professional, as a provider, to provide care to these clients and their rights, and they need the equipment, and they need the support of our government. And with us as a people united, we cannot be divided. We are strong, and we are here, and we are to be heard, and these changes are going to happen. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, Heather. All right, we're winding down here, folks. We really are. This is incredible, and I know we're all anxious to continue, to talk and connect. Next, we've got Mary Martin and Jason Kay. They're here with Just Power, doing important work for Vermont land.
When Will asked me to speak, he said, just be yourself. Be upbeat and awesome. Not too much to ask. So, inspired by his instructions, I sat down and started to write. I am Mary Martin, and I have a dream. Oh wait, that was the other rally. Sorry. Start over. I am Mary Martin. And I think one thing we all have in common is we work for what we have. We work hard for what we have. We pay taxes for the programs that benefit us and all, and no one, no state government should take that from us. We will not remain quiet and allow it. I'll tell you briefly my story, why I'm here today, and what I want to give you today. I have a gift for you all. It's free, no strings attached, no shipping fees, and no expiration date. What I want to give you is hope.
It's down to 3 o'clock.
I don't know if you're familiar with the old Amish friendship bread. It takes time to start, because good things come to those that wait. When it's ready, you can give a sample and a starter to your neighbor or friend. They in turn do the same for others, and it grows throughout the community and beyond. Hope does the same thing, without the baking. So please take a bit of hope from me and share it with others. Let it spread and let it rise. When our farm was threatened by Vermont Gas, a Canadian fossil fuel company, they were going to take the heart of our farm to transport fracked gas to International Paper in New York State. I knew the deck was stacked against us. Mega companies driven by greed and at our own governor's urging. Everyone said, "You don't stand a chance." Something about a snowball in hell, I believe. But seriously, I had hope and determination. I never stopped believing. I became me, quiet old Mary Martin, mother of 5, grandmother. I became the reluctant activist. I started calling my neighbors and holding meetings in my living room and around the dining room table, and I found strength and support from amazing people in my community, and it grew. And I found other groups with the same ideals and objectives, and it grew. It grew to encompass folks from all over this beautiful state, a true grassroots uprising. Who knew? At my tender age, I would find a voice. And now my husband would tell you, I can't seem to shut up. But he too has hope. So after 2 years of intense pushback and on the verge of defeating this pipeline, my little town of Cornwall was about to buckle and sell out to Vermont Gas and International Paper. I must admit to you, I did get a bit panicked. But once again, we all pushed back and we pushed hard. Our elected town officials couldn't go to the bathroom without a group of us there. Now that's an image you may never get out of your head, so I apologize for that. But you may think you know how the story ends, as most of these battles do. But no, we actually won. We shoved that pipeline up where the sun don't shine. And Vermont Gas and IP lost the fight. We're now going to do the same thing with the rest of this foolish project. So I give you hope. Hope will help you fight and fight for what you know is right and just. And hope will spread, and hope will help us all win.
You know, Mary talked a lot about hope, and days like today give me a lot of hope. But we know that May Day is more than just one day. Tomorrow, Green Up Day, where Vermonters go out in their communities and clean up their communities, we know that that day is also more than just that day. Our work extends beyond. So join us, Addison County landowners who are in the path of their Phase 1 pipeline, and Vermont Gas customers who are unwittingly paying for the Phase 1 pipeline tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning at the Vermont Gas Pipe Yard in Williston, where we let Vermont Gas know and we let the state agencies that give them their permits know that new fossil fuel infrastructure is not the path forward to a just and responsible future.
All right. Wow, Just Power, you have really inspired me to imagine that a small group of landowners could stop a huge gas corporation. Stop the pipeline. Nice work. Woo! We do have victories. Thank you for that bit of hope on this, unfortunately, kind of gloomy day. We're right behind me here in the Statehouse. The Senate could be voting on the budget for all of these cuts in services that we've been hearing about. So we know that the people in that Statehouse, regardless of the fact that we were here, they aren't necessarily listening to us. We've got to have more people in this movement. We have to have more voices. We've got to be louder. We've got to stand together. We've got to find hope in the wins, the small wins that we have around the state, because we know that none of our struggles are divided. We are all in this together. Are we all in this together? Yeah. Well, we're going to hear from Rick one more time. And I just wanted to let everybody know also we've got an incredible group of youth over here. Some really beautiful kids over there standing by the cotton candy machine. So the youth here, they've got a treat for everybody. So be sure to visit them and get yourself a little treat.
There's only one mic. This is the way it was years ago. One instrument. Well, it was great to be here. And we were talking about, in the end, the speech we were just talking about unity. And, you look outside and around us, and we see a lot of new faces, which is really wonderful. And I remember all the old faces that used to be here. There were a lot of people who spent a lot of their lives standing in protest lines. Like my mother-in-law, Crystal Holzer. She spent most of her life standing with a sign. And I was thinking about that. A lot of those older folks aren't here anymore. And it's really to the credit of the youth that are here that things are going the way that they are. And if you want to come and help me, as I need an echo on this. Now, this the way the song goes like this, is I go, it's up to you. You go, it's up to you to carry on. You say, carry on. Lift your voice.
Lift your voice.
And sing along.
And sing along.
Well, one day, Lord, we'll sing that together. We'll all be gone. It's up to you.
It's up to you.
To carry on. Let's try.
Carry on.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
To carry on.
To carry on.
Lift your voice.
Lift your voice.
And sing along.
And sing along.
Well, one day, Lord, we'll all be gone. It's up to you.
It's up to you.
To carry on. Now, if you're black.
If you're black,
or you're white, red, yellow, brown, all unite. We're all one skin when we're in this fight. It's up to you, to carry on. Sing it now. It's up to you. It's up to you to carry on. Lift your voice. And sing along. Gone. It's up to you to carry on. If you're a woman, or a man, join together, hand in hand. Well, it's all a part of a bigger plan. It's up to you to carry on. Sing it with me now. It's up to you. It's up to you to carry on. Lift your voice. And sing along. Well, one day, Lord, we'll all be gone. It's up to you. To carry on. Diversity is welcome to. For who you love. Is up to you. Well, there's plenty of work that's left to do. It's up to you. To carry on. It's up to you. To carry on. Lift your voice. And sing along. Well, one day, Lord, we'll all be gone. It's up to you. To carry on. One more time, sing with me. It's up to you. To carry on. To carry on. Lift your voice. And sing along. Well, one day, Lord, we'll all be gone. It's
It's up to you. To carry on. Yes. One day, Lord, we'll all be gone. It's up to you to carry on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. That was so fun. I never sang that song before, just so you guys all know. I just jumped right in. All right, Will, got a really important message.
Hey everyone, my name is Will. I work with Rising Tide Vermont, and I'm a proud member of the Vermont Workers Center. And I got mad respect for Mary Martin and Just Power and the crew in Addison County who just kicked International Paper in Vermont Chaos's butts out of town. So I just wanted to make a quick announcement about an upcoming event, well, upcoming in the fall. 3 years ago, a bunch of the organizations that are here today got together to spend a weekend talking about our shared problems and find a lot of unity that we have with each other and ways that we can really build this movement that's become this Put People First movement and this movement for people on the planet that has been coming out to May Day and a bunch of other events year after year after year and constantly building our power and fighting back against the agenda of the 1% in Vermont. And that event was called the Vermont People's Convention for Human Rights. And that launched the Vermont Human Rights Council, which a lot of the groups here today are a part of and helped organize this event. And so, you know, we all had a pretty bad time this year with the legislature cutting services, refusing to tax the 1%, trying to build frack gas pipelines as a solution to the climate crisis. So we were thinking it might be a good time to get together again and build our power as a movement and try to bring more people into this movement and you know, once again identify the things we have in common, but also start talking about the solutions that we have in common that we need to start putting in place to build a better world, because the people in this building are sure as hell not about to implement the solutions that we need to build a just future. So this fall, probably in October, we're going to be holding another Vermont People's Convention. Keep a lookout for it. There's sign-up sheets going around if you want to be kept in the loop about it. We're also going to be doing a bunch of community conversations around the state this summer to talk to people in different towns and in different organizations about what they need, what the struggles they're facing are, and what they think we should do to implement the real solutions that we need. Things like universal health care and adequate services for people and you know, like livable wages and real solutions to the climate crisis. So if you want to sign up to participate in one of those community dialogues, go to the registration table and there's sign-up forms. We're also going to be having trainings for facilitators, for people who want to facilitate those dialogues, happening on Saturday, June 13th from 10 to 12. There's going to be one in Brattleboro, hopefully at the Root Social Justice Center. There's going to be one in Central Vermont at the Barry Labor Hall, and there's going to be one in Burlington at the Vermont Workers Center office. So keep a lookout for those, stay in touch, and hopefully we'll see you on June 13th, and if not then, at the Vermont People's Convention.
All right, awesome. Wow, there's so much going on, and I can feel this tornado of energy, because as we continue to get together and as we continue to organize our communities and work towards a just and better world, we can be the change. Yeah. We can do it together. You can be the change. Yeah. You can be the change. Yeah. But we need more people. We need to work together. So, like Will said, visit the registration desk, sign up, hold meetings, talk to your neighbors, and let's make this happen. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get some food. Thanks.
She's right, the food is delicious. Well, I'm Ken Lawless. We oppose Governor Shumlin's budget because we want what we were promised. We were promised not an austerity budget, but a people's budget. And we were promised single-payer health care. American workers, are under attack. Austerity is the weapon, blue collars get the sack. Our pensions are eroded, migrant workers are scapegoated. The American dream is a fossilized memory. Now that's a small part of a larger song, and I have 2 CDs with that song and others on it. And I will give those 2 CDs to the first 2 people who ask for them, if anybody wants one. Thank you very much.
Tell me, which side are you on? 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 My daddy was a miner, and I am a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.